Revisiting our top story tonight, Taiwan is recovering from the strongest earthquake to hit in a quarter century. 9 people are confirmed dead so far. Rescuers are working to find anyone who may be trapped and are using excavators to stabilize damaged buildings. Taiwan's earthquake monitoring agency said the quake was a 7.2 magnitude, while the U.S. Geological Survey put it at 7.4. Well, among the Canadians who were there, Walk Off the Earth, the Ontario indie pop band, was at the Taipei airport during a layover, and they posted about their experience earlier today. Take a look.
It's very serious.
Oh my God, we're in an earthquake, guys. Holy crap. That was massive.
Whoa, look. Is that what happened outside? There's like a broken building right there.
Oh my God, it's still happening.
Gianni Illuminati and Sarah Blackwood join me now from Foshan, China. Guys, thank you so much for making the time. I am glad to see you both well and safe. But what was that like when you started feeling the movement? Did you immediately know that you were in an earthquake?
Yeah, it takes a couple seconds for it to kick in. Like, as Canadians, we kind of think of the ground as a rock and kind of our safe place. So it's really foreign to us to have it rocking back and forth 3 or 4 feet. So it definitely takes a couple seconds, and you kind of look around, and then everybody looks at each other, and then instinct kind of kicked in, and I grabbed the kids and kind of threw them under the table. And
I thought it was a train going by underneath, because you know, sometimes you're familiar with that rumble of the subway, and in airports there's those trains that can take you from one terminal to the next. So we were actually right on top of one. So at first I thought, oh, it's the subway, and then it just kept getting worse, and then I knew what was happening, and it was scary.
Yeah. Luckily we were in a building that seemed to be built for it, because you could really feel the infrastructure moving properly. Like it felt like 3 feet back and forth. It was really intense. And when you see the locals, people in Taiwan experience about 100 earthquakes a day, I've heard, or like small tremors. So when you see the locals kind of getting scared, then you know it's a real deal.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously, you're with the kids. There's that kind of panic that initially sets in when you realize you're in an earthquake. Was your initial reaction to, we got to get the kids to safety, stay put? It looked like you were eating there while waiting for your next flight.
Yeah, I mean, the kids are always the first thought that come to our mind in any situation that we feel might be dangerous or unsafe. And I mean, I think they are a little bit shooken up by it. I know this morning our middle son asked me if there was going to be any more earthquakes. So that's the type of thing that you don't really think about too much in a situation like this, is how we go on without them being worried from different place to place. But yeah, obviously, number one is always the kids, to make sure they're safe and to make sure they're okay. And we come after.
Yeah, I mean, the people of Taiwan are super sweet and nice, and they were making sure everyone was okay, and all the employees were just running around making sure no one was hurt. But definitely a horrifying experience for sure.
Now that you see the pictures on television of what happened, the fact that buildings are completely toppled over, 9 people are dead, hundreds more injured, some people trapped. How lucky do you feel that you made it out safe?
Yeah, we are very lucky, very, very lucky. Our hearts go out to all the people of Taiwan. Right after the earthquake, we got one of those global alarms to our phone that told us that to beware of a tsunami as well. So there's going to be potentially other places affected by this. This kind of natural disaster, like Johnny said, doesn't really happen in Canada. So we're so glad that we're safe, but our hearts go out to all the people in Taiwan that are suffering, that we're in the real midst of it all. And we're so grateful that we just experienced something we were able to get out of.
Yeah, absolutely. Was it the first time you've ever been in an earthquake, by the way?
No, we spend a lot of time in LA over the years, and we were in a 5.7 once there, which was pretty scary as well. But in comparison to this, it was nothing. We've definitely experienced tremors and earthquakes, but they never get you never get used to them.
Well, listen, guys, like I said off the top, we are glad that you are okay, that the kids are okay as well, shaken up, but safe nonetheless, and we hope that you make it back home here safely once you're done your travels in Asia. Gianna Illuminati and Sarah Blackwood from Walk Off the Earth spoke to us from Foshan, China tonight.